Morning, kiddos. It's Wednesday, the 8th of May, 2019. Warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom tour, coming to you from Lincolnshire, Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire. I've been scanning the newspapers for stories today. It is a good one, actually, in the Daily Mirror this morning. What it's really like to work at Greggs. Do you like the Greggs sausage rolls? Do you like the vegan ones? Yeah. I am so surprised. On a Sunday, after I've been to church on a Sunday, I usually have a little walk into Wokingham, just specifically to go to Greggs for a vegan sausage roll. And all the blokes are in there buying vegan. They're not buying dead animal sausage rolls, dear. They're buying vegan sausage rolls. A great big burly blokes say, "Oh, all right, mate, can I have 2 sausages?" And they all have 2. You know, I go in there, in my usual camp voice. Oh, what was that? Oh, hang on, let me turn something off there. There we are. I usually go in there with my little camp voice. "Could I have a Greggs sausage roll? Could I have one of your vegan sausage rolls?" And the boy, Polish I think he is, he looks up, he says, "Just one?" I'm like, "Yes." I'm not a greedy person, dear. Not greedy, and we'll have a look at that. Some other bits and pieces, I'll tell you what I've been up to. Rain kept me in bed this morning. Oh, let me tell you, there's no better noise than the sound of rain pitter-pattering on a caravan roof while you're in bed. Oh, it is pure luxury. It's almost as good as the vegan sausage rolls. Like, who's been in a caravan when it's pouring down with rain? Some people don't like it. As soon as it starts, because it is, I mean, it's not noisy, but you can certainly hear it more than you can hear it in a house. I liken it to the rain banging against your window if it's coming sort of sideways, if you see what I mean, but louder. It's actually, I don't know if you can hear this. I'll shut up for a minute, which I find very difficult to do. Let me shut up and let me see if you can hear it or not. Can you hear that or not? I'm not sure that you can hear that, but it's so nice. It's coming down now, and I just feel all warm and cosy and nice in my little room here, chatting away to you. I mean, what more could one want in life, eh? Right, we'll have the Greggs sausage roll story first, after we've said hello to some of you this morning. Who is in the house today? Let's have a look. Good morning to Adrian Richardson, who gets the first message of the day in there on YouTube. On Facebook. Oh, one other thing. I've put my text-in number, phone, next to the computer. Okay? You need to let me know if there's any funny noises coming through. It sounds like boop, in which case I'll move it back to where it was. But I found I keep missing text messages from people, literally because it's down there next to me on the side. So I've put it in front of me. So if anything comes in now, it will flash up straight away in front of me, you see, on the text number. So if you hear any strange noises, please let me know and I'll put it back the other way because sometimes it can interfere with sound, all right? So good morning to Adrian Richardson. Alan Russell is in the house. Good morning, young Alan. Looking forward. I think you're coming down next week, aren't you, to London? Don't forget, I'm not at Central Station this Monday. My friend Wayne will be covering me this Monday while I'm another caravan holiday up in Mablethorpe, which actually isn't too far from here. It's a haven holiday. I should be going with my nephew and his delightful family, wife Stacey, and the children, Gary. There's, not Gary is my nephew. There's the children, Harry, who I managed to get crying last night. Oh yeah, I always managed to make one of the kids cry. What happened? He was mucking about, you see. He was mucking about, so I grabbed his legs and I pulled him slowly down the settee. Unfortunately, his head hit the carpet with a little bit of a bang. It could have been terribly serious. Mild concussion could have happened, but it didn't. And then he went crying, but he was all right after 10 minutes. Always managed to make one of the kids cry at some point, yeah. So that's where we're going. There's Harry, his sister Evie. I can't believe she's 7 years old now. 7 years old. They've got these balloons. Can I just show you? Because the little girl, Olivia, she's the severely disabled one. She's now 4 years old. The older girl is 7 and Harry is 5. I'm sure they're the ages. Okay, and there's 2 balloons that my nephew's wife got them. Where is it now? There it is. I don't know if you're going to be able to see these because sometimes on the phone it kind of shines back a bit. Oh, you can. Look, oh, you can see them perfectly. Look at that. So they are balloons in balloons. So there's the red one. That was Evie's when she was 7. And the other one where Olivia is 4. That's a blue one in a kind of, not a white balloon, a clear balloon. And they've got the ages. They're good, aren't they? And they stay up for ages. These, I think these are 3 weeks old or more than that. They've got the old helium in there. Helium makes it sound like that, doesn't it? You ever done that helium thing? Oh, I can't put gas in my mouth, dear. Oh, that would worry me, that would. Sucking in that gas. Can people die from that if you suck in too much gas? What's that gas that all the kids are blooming sniffing now in Soho? Not Soho, oh, what's that other ghastly area where no one can afford a house there, but you, as a country person, you wouldn't want to live there. What a dump. Shoreditch, that's it. What a dump that is. Used needles all over the place, rubbish, dirty, dusting, awful people walking around. But you and I couldn't afford a place there. You know, a 1-bedroom flat is probably about £500,000, £1 million or more. Disgusting place. But all the kids down, they sniff gas or something in little metal canisters. And people have died from that. I gather you die from asphyxiation, so there's so much gas that you're not getting oxygen. I'm not a doctor, I don't know. I'm not really a doctor, as you can tell. Although if you have anything that you want examined, please let me know, because it's a while since I touched someone. On the news this morning, they were saying actually that they're having trouble recruiting doctors. We're down to 60. It was 65 doctors per 100. I know 100,000 patients. We're now down to 60 doctors per 100,000 patients. So we're running out of doctors, dear. Running out of them. Good morning to Diane Jeb. Good morning, lovely lady. Keith George is in Athens this morning. Good morning, Keith. I can't speak any Greek. I can't speak Greek at all. I'm in Athens with my friends. Please say hello to Ginger. Ginger? You in the same room as someone, Ginger? I'm sorry, I can't bring myself down to that level, Keith. I'm sorry, we don't have ginger people watching this programme. It's outrageous, dear. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, there it goes, my ginger alarm. Did you hear that? It means someone ginger is what. Please turn off immediately. We can't have ginger people watching the show. Where will it all end, dear? It's like, you know, I mean, Theresa May herself has said, you know, we need to stop so many immigrants coming in and gingers. It's outrageous. I can't have it be known that ginger people are watching this programme. Have you gone mad, dear? I never thought you'd come down to this level, Keith, having a ginger person in the room. Terrible. Whatever happened to our friendship, sir? Good morning to Ginger Matt and welcome to the show. One eye awful. I'm awful this morning. Good morning to Ahmed. Morning, Ahmed. Ray Reynolds says, who's calling the golden shot? If only, Ray, I had a golden telephone here to say that. And good morning, Anne Aston here. Who's calling the golden shot? Lots of people won't know what the hell we're talking about, Ray. Morning to Mike Reese Ponto on this awfully wet morning. It is absolutely pouring down here. Pouring down here in Chapel Hill in Lincolnshire. Let's just pop over onto the YouTube there. Peter Lake is there. Good morning to Peter, who's not having it's not a great day. It certainly isn't. It's horrible here. He's going shopping today with his mum in Horncastle. To Tesco's. Every little helps. Tesco's. Every little helps. Good morning, Peter. Dominique Hesler is there. Morning, young Dominique. All right, sweetheart. Michael Lawrence. Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Adam the plumber. Michael Pullman in Australia. Tommy Flynn loves the rain on a caravan and the gulls walking around. Oh, yes, I get birds. Actually, not seagulls, not here. I'm a little bit too far from the sea here. But certainly birds land on the roof sometimes first thing in the morning. And they keep me awake, or they wake me up. But that's okay. You know it's birds. I wonder if, I don't know if the roof of the caravan is strong enough to hold a person if they were climbing over it. Not quite sure what would happen there. Morning to Roy Brownlow. A very good morning to you. Mike says helium gas makes your voice sound like Donald Duck. Yes, it certainly does. It's not something that I would do, to be honest. I'd be a bit funny about breathing in gas that I'm not supposed to be breathing in, you know, that isn't in the atmosphere. But I suppose it's as safe as anything. A lot of people have done that, haven't they? You see them at parties, don't you? They talk like that, don't they? Right? So good morning to all of you. Over on the texting service, good morning to Maureen, who's watching the show. She says this show is uplifting. Uplifting. If only our Eurovision song was uplifting. Have you heard that? Oh, it's awful. Oh, it's dreadful. And he's not a showman, is he? He just doesn't come across as being the right person to be singing that song. It's awful, our Eurovision song. Only a couple of weeks to that. I think it's Saturday week, the Eurovision Song Contest. I am a fan. I'm not an expert. I'm not an enthusiast. I'm not enthusiast. You know, my whole life, and there were so many gays like that, their entire life revolves around the Eurovision Song Contest. Now, I'm a fan. I like it. I like to watch the song. I like the whole thing about it. I like the technical side of it, watching everything happening. The lighting, the stage, how it's presented and all that. And there's been some awful presenters over the years. Dreadful. But I'm not not an enthusiast. I'm not an enthusiast. It's like some of these Star Trek people who go out and buy the uniform and the phases and they walk around town and stuff. I mean, what do you look like, love? You know, it's a bit of fun. That's all. To me, the Eurovision, it's just a little bit of fun. Will we win? Of course we won't, dear. They hate us. We are hated people. Hate it. They hate us. It's true. Maureen sent a little message in yesterday, which I missed, and she wanted to give Mr. Ray Reynolds a message. Maureen says, can you please tell Ray Reynolds I found his Top of the Pops DVD under her chair last night. I've taken it home and I'll take it to Central Station on Monday. Did you lend her one then, Ray? I'd be very surprised if he lent it to you, my darling. He usually gives you CDs. But what do you want her to do, Ray? Is Ray still with us? I think he is. What do you want Maureen to do? I'll pass on the message. You know, I'm just like an operator here. Yeah, people give me messages to give to other people. Wait, no one's listening to anything I've got to say. So what do you want done, Ray? Do you want her to bring it in on Monday? Let us know. Good morning to Simon Keane. Thank you very much for the message, Simon, which I won't read out. That's a bit of a private message, that one. Thank you very much for your very, very kind words of what you say, which brought a tear to my glass eye earlier. It really did. And I hope you can sort out your problems and can rejoin us again at some point. I really do. You're such a nice chap, all right? So hopefully you can sort out whatever's going wrong up there and rejoin us somewhere else along the road. And make sure you let us know you're all right, okay? Good morning to Glenda. Again, one that I missed yesterday morning. I think we just finished, actually. Chris, she says yesterday. Now, get that. Now, listen, everyone. I want you to listen to this. I want you to listen to this. Morning, Chris. You are looking... Ready? Ready? Very handsome today. Thank you very much. Handsome. Handsome. Look. Handsome. Yes. Are you looking handsome this morning? No, I didn't think so. Especially Keith's ginger friend. You were looking very handsome. How is the weather in the UK? It's pouring down today, Glenda. Absolutely pouring down. Yesterday we had a nice day. It was lovely up here in Lincolnshire. Anyway, my mate, where my house is in Bracknell in Berkshire, he said he was quite cold yesterday. But it was lovely up here. I was going around in a T-shirt. I went swimming. I went swimming in the outdoor swimming pool that they've got in Woodhall Spa. That's opened between April and September. It's a little bit dearer than the one I go to at £5.50. However, you can buy 20 tickets. I think it's 20 tickets for £75. So if you do that, it works out at £3.50 a swim. So I might do that, but I need to, you know, I need to make sure I'm going to use it like 20 times. The actual pool itself, funnily enough, Glenda, is... make sure I put that phone. There's a bit more of that message to read out in a minute. The actual pool itself, I was swimming up and down, and everything's great. I know this sounds stupid, except for the sun. Okay, because when the sun's uncovered by cloud, it kind of hits the water, and it's very bright. It's very bright. It's very clean, very well run. Everything's fine except for the sun. and the sun hits the water, and you're kind of squinting all the time as you're going up and down, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. And the other thing I realised, I was going up and down. I have been there once before, and I did swimming, one length, swimming, two lengths. I thought to myself, this is taking a long time. You know, maybe I'm just not swimming as fast as I usually swim. And then, at one end of the pool, this lady said hello to me. And it was my niece's husband's mother and her husband in the pool. She said, hello, Chris. And I looked up and said, oh, hello. She said, I saw you when you came in, but you don't... You know how it is when you don't like to say anything? Because you're not quite sure whether you know the person or not. But it was her, so I stopped and talked to her for about 5 minutes or so. Then I carried on, and I'm looking at the clock, and I think I don't seem to be getting anywhere. Maybe I'm just swimming slower. Anyway, I got out of the pool, went into the showers. There's just two separate showers with curtains, so they're quite private. And what I like about this pool is that there are separate men's changing rooms and women's changing rooms, right? I can't stand this mixed changing room business because you can't shower with nothing on. You have to leave your trunks on, and therefore that bit down there don't get clean. Not proper. Well, I don't think it gets clean anyway. Probably does actually. You just get your soap and shove it down there. But that looks a bit dodgy, doesn't it? You're in a shower with women in there as well. If you're down your shorts going like that, someone would complain. Absolutely, someone would complain. So I went in the shower. My God, they're the most powerful showers ever. They haven't even got a button. They've got like a lever on the pipe, and you open the lever like this, and this water gushes out there. It took a layer of skin off my face. Do I look younger this morning? This shower took a layer of skin off your face. I kid you not. Fantastic. The only thing is, of course, these being an outdoor pool, the changing rooms aren't heated, so the water, perfect temperature. Oh my God, you go in there, it's a bit cold outside, and it's just beautiful going in there. It's so nice, it really is. So that was the swimming pool. Came out of there, and there's a boy on the till. He said, see you, mate. I said, see you. I said, can I just ask you, how long is the pool? Is it the same length as the Boston one, or a bit shorter? And then I realised why it was taking so long. No, it's 3 meters longer. Now that doesn't sound a lot of length, does it? 3 meters, but times that by 40. So I've done an extra 40. 120, an extra 140, 80, yeah, and I've done an extra 120, 30, 40, 50, 60. I've done an extra 160 metres because I do 40 lengths in the large pools. That's why it was taking so long. So now I realise, although I'll probably try and keep it up, and that was lovely, really. From there, I went to my sister's house, picked up a little bit of lunch for having in the co-op. She wanted to see my new car. She likes the new car and that. And had me lunch. I wanted to get some pita bread and shove that with like chopped up peppers and tomatoes. Unfortunately, the co-op didn't have any of that, so I bought a French stick. Oh, delicious! I don't eat much bread at all, but I bought this French stick this long. You know, took it to my sister's. I thought I just had that bit on the end. Oh, I've had the whole thing. I've had the whole blooming thing. What a fat pig I am! I've had the whole French stick, and you can see it. It's at this moment, it seems that the French stick has reformed and has gone right across my waist. Isn't it awful? All right. I'll come back to your message in a second. Just a minute. Glenda was saying yesterday we had a beautiful day in Pennsylvania yesterday with temperatures in the 70s. So that's around about the 20s, okay? You should come and visit. It sounds absolutely delightful where you live, Glenda. Glenda, would you be happy to send me a little picture of your house, perhaps, and where it is, and the sort of area, a few pictures, either on my. Are you on my Facebook? I don't think you're on Facebook. You could email them if you want to. Don't try and send them to a phone that is only a text-in phone, okay? Don't receive calls or anything like that. Chris@chrisreardon.co.uk if you want to send them there. All right. Michael, good morning to Paul and Lou, who's off to Lincoln next week. Lou's dad lives in Rugby, which is not far from Horncastle. No, that's not far from me, Horncastle. It's quite near. Nice old town. I think there's a lovely chip shop there, kind of in the square. Yeah. It's on the square. I don't think you can sit in. If you were going up the hill, on the left-hand side is like a parking area. I think it's cobbled. I think it's not cobbled, but sorry, not cobbled, but square stone in the ground rather than tarmac. If you park there, right in front there is a chip shop, which is quite nice. All right. Morning to Michael Lawrence, who says, when it rains, I'm off. It rains when I'm off to work. When I'm off work, but when I'm not off work, the sun comes out. That's because the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. That one. The sun will come out tomorrow when you're at work, my friend. Ray says, a message to Maureen. That was for David. If you could bring it in next time you're in there. Okay. So that's the message from Ray Reynolds to Maureen. Please bring the DVD because it's for David. All right, my love. Goody two shoes. Keith George. Lots of people are complaining about Madonna's next tour. Front row, £2,300. Called in America, the VIP front row. I personally have registered to go and I think it's a bargain. What are your thoughts? Well, it is for you. A lot of people can't afford $2,300. I'll be honest, Keith, I think some of these ticket prices are getting out of hand now. I really do. How, out of $2,300 for a front row seat? Listen, I paid once, I think it was, now what was it? I think it was 600. I think I paid for £600 at a Barry Monlow front row seat. I did. And then, no, it wasn't. It had gone to 600. I can't remember what I paid for it before. Maybe 4. Might have been 400. Then it went to 600 and I thought, no, that's too much. I'm not paying it. And that was it. I think ticket prices are getting outrageously out of hand. I really do. The organisers are getting very, very greedy. Very greedy. And I wouldn't give you £2,300, not even to go and see Shirley Bassey. I'm sorry. No. There comes a point where I think you're taking the mick. It's a bit like having a little scratch on your car. I often come out with this story. You take the car into the garage. How much for that scratch, mate? Oh, that'd be £600 for that. I don't think so, mate. Goodbye. Are you not having it done? No, I'm not having it done. I'll get some of that Tipex stuff. What is it? The now varnish stuff for cars. Outrageous. No, there's a point. There's a point where you have to say, no, that's too much. Adrian, Chris is a little dangerous. Please go swimming in the outside pool because in Japan, they still do blue whale hunting. You bitch. I don't look anything like a whale. Well, maybe a little bit. Morning to Mike Cobain. Good morning, young Mark. All right. Nice to see you. Tony Powers in the house. Looking forward to the Eurovision. Hello to Jason Carter. Keith George, it's Live Nation. What's Live Nation? What about Keith says, what about £180 for a drink reception and meal show with Leslie Garrett and Sir Cliff Richard? Yes. I think that's reasonable. £180 for a drink reception and meal and show with Leslie Garrett and Sir Cliff Richard. Now, I've got a story for you here. This involves Keith George, who's with us this morning, who is watching. Have you got rid of the ginger person? I kind of... I'm sorry. Oh, dear. It's a good job you know me, isn't it? People get offended. I'm really offended by that. Oh, who does he think he is? He's having a laugh. That's what he's doing. Keith... Keith's going off on the 15th of July. Keith was at the airport. I can't remember where he said he was going now. It doesn't matter. Keith was at the airport the other day and he saw his bag coming round. And in front of him, someone grabbed his bag. And he said, oh, I'm sorry, that's my bag. And the bloke turned around and said to him, oh, I'm sorry, it looked just like mine. And it was Sir Cliff Richard. How fantastic is that? Sir Cliff Richard tried to nick Keith George's bag. I didn't think things had got that bad for Cliff. He's trying to nick people's luggage now, is he? Dear me, you would have thought you got some money from that flat he sold, honestly. Tony, well, the Eurovision fans are getting a huge bargain there. Getting to the Eurovision tickets are around £70. Funny you should mention that, Tony. Funny you should mention that, because the other day, for no reason at all, I thought, I wonder if there's still Eurovision tickets available for the Saturday night. And there is. I don't know why. I always assumed that this was a big sellout event, but no. You can still, a couple of days ago, you could still get tickets to go and see the Eurovision in Israel. Whether or not it's something to do with the fact that it's in Israel, I don't know. You know what some people like. They're very funny. They can't see the music and the entertainment side. All they can see is the political stuff. Now, let me tell you, I don't think the Eurovision is a political statement of any sort. It's a music contest. Oh, I'm not going there because it's in Israel. Okay, don't go. You're the one missing out, not anyone else. That's wrong. And I think it was a little group of people trying to get people to boycott either going or watching the programme. It is a non-political programme. It's nothing to do. The fact that it's in Israel is neither here nor there. So go and enjoy yourselves and be done with it. Blooming stupid people. Do you have Mondays off? No, I don't have Mondays off. No, I work on Mondays, I'm afraid. On the 15th of July. What's the 15th of... Is that for the... are you talking about Leslie Garrett and Sir Cliff Richard's dinner? Is that what you're talking about there, Keith? Perhaps I'll look a private message later on. If that's what you're talking about there. Okay. He's going on the 15th of July. How fantastic. Anyone going to the Eurovision? Tony, have you ever been? I've always wanted to go to the Eurovision Song Contest. Must be marvellous watching all that stuff happening. It really must. Going on in front of you there. Paul and Lou, £400. You get a free poncho in the front row to protect from that nose of his, Chris. Well, how rude. Don't be slagging off our Barry Manilow, please, if you don't mind me saying so, sir. It's outrageous. Can't be nasty to Barry. Barry! Oh, last night, as I say, I managed to get my nephew to cry. My great nephew Harry, because I pulled him too hard off the settee. He banged his head on the floor. Shouldn't muck around. And you know, I can't take my phone into my nephew's house anymore because Evie, she's the 7-year-old, she hides it. She nicks your phone and hides it. And they're cheeky, those two children, and they're getting crafty as well. Now, what was it yesterday? For some reason, Harry, he had recovered from the banged head at this point. Harry was trying to get me to go into the kitchen, and I can't. No, I'm sitting here, Harry. Oh no, go into the kitchen. We want you to go into the kitchen. I'm sitting here now, Harry. And then he says, we got chocolate in the kitchen. Well, I was straight up out of that chair. Straight up, and I'm looking for it, and I'm looking around. Now, he's sniggering, and Eva's saying, what are you doing? I said, I'm looking for the chocolate. She said, there's no chocolate in there. I said, there must be. Harry said there was. He's sniggering now in the corner. Harry, 5 years old. Ha! I found some chocolate. Thank you very much. White chocolate. It belonged to my nephew's wife, but that's neither here nor there. I had it. You see, this is the problem I've got. I can't have certain... I've got no willpower at all when it comes to chocolate, dear. People bring in chocolate and I try so hard. I don't want that chocolate. I do want the... That's just the thing. I do want the chocolate, but you have to say no. You know what I mean? It's a bit like that. Thank you, Keith. Bye-bye to you, and goodbye to Matthew as well. Hope you enjoyed the laugh, Matthew. You have a wonderful day, you two, in Athens, all right? Pictures, Keith, pictures. Morning to Dr. SOS Gregorian this morning. Good morning to you, sir. Nice to see you. All right? Stacey did us a lovely dinner last night. I had corn mince and some lovely mashed potatoes. Oh, it was delicious. And then we sat there and we watched this programme. I think it was Mike. Mike who mentioned this yesterday about the Monty, what's it called? The All Monty thing. You know, that thing where they take the full Monty. I think there was a lads one on. Well, last night they had the ladies one on, and it was all about people who have come into contact at some point with cancer. They've either had it themselves, and indeed Victoria Derbyshire, she's the really posh one on BBC News. No, she does the Victims programme. Every morning, 10 o'clock, there she is, she comes on. Very good morning to you, and welcome to the Victoria Derbyshire show. And today's victims are, and then the camera goes on to like a set of 4 or 5 tall stalls where victims of something are there. You know, it's either trans, transgender or race issue or religious issue or sexuality issue, and they're all on. The victims are all in there. You know, everyone hates them. We're sitting here because the entire world hates us. One of those type of programs, you know, the sort of thing. So that's the program she does. Anyway, she had breast cancer a couple of years ago, and it's a very serious subject. And she allowed the camera to follow her through the journey of getting the breast cancer and going through the treatment right up to the end, and she was cleared of it, fortunately. So she was on there. There was one of the Nolans on there. I've worked with the Nolans. They were absolutely delightful to work with. Many years ago in Brighton, I was working the sound. I was DJing at this place called Pool, P-O-O-L. Dreadful name for a club, actually. Just difficult to say. It's actually difficult to say that, believe it or not. Pool, and people say, "Oh, Pool, P-A-U-L." No, P-O-O-L. Pool was a nightclub, and I was working the sound and lights for them. And they came on, and they were ever so nice towards me and friendly. And as luck would have it, which is unusual. Excuse me, hiccups now. As luck would have it, it doesn't happen very often. But one of the mics died, and it was the battery. And she said, "The mic's died." I said, "Oh, I'm ever so sorry." She says, "Don't worry." Quickly put 2 batteries in, gave it back to her, and she carried on. No problem at all. That's what you call stars. Okay, that's what you call stars professional. Unprofessional people are people who have got the microphone and then start shaking it and moaning at the top of their voice that it's not working. Well, things like that happened here. Sometimes things stop working. Give it to me and I'll sort it out. Don't start screaming and shouting your bloody head off at me, dear. No, they're professionals. When you work with the people that have made it, they're like the Nolans to work with. They're nice and they just get on with it. Some people, they come on the stage. "Oh, can you do this for the sound? Can you do that? Oh, the light's a little bit too bright." Oh, moan and moan and moan. Just let me get on with my job and you just get there and sing your blooming song. Like that. Anyway, so she was on it, one of the Nolans. And of course, her sister died. Was it? I'm so sorry. I can't remember the name of the person who died, but one of the Nolans died from breast cancer a little while ago. And then some other people who I recognised, but I didn't know their names. But all lovely ladies on there. And it was good. And what I liked, and showed you, they were doing this dance routine. And they went to that group of dancers that won, I think it was the X Factor or something like that. Diversity. They're very good. Load of young people all get together, where they went to I think the head bloke who teaches the dancing, and they got them to do a routine and all that. This was on ITV Colour last night. And they all did they got through the show and all did the dance, and at the end, they were to bare themselves, you know, their breasts in front of the stage. And what I really liked about it, okay, so the show went on, they did the dance and all that, and right at the end, they turned around and got the breasts out. What I liked about it is that they didn't show that on the telly. You know, they didn't show that part of it. You just saw them from the back and they went like that and everyone clapped and went wild in the audience. Remember, it's about, it's not a pornographic show. It's about raising awareness to breast cancer. And I thought it was done very, very, very tastefully. Well done, ITV. I'm so glad that we didn't have the full show of everything like that. You know, like stuff like on the telly, and often you see like a sexual scene or a full frontal nudity, and you're thinking that doesn't even fit in with the show. You're just doing it for shock effect. Well, I don't want shock effect on the telly. I mean, I was even shocked when Doctor Who kissed someone a while ago. Do you remember that? The whole thing, you know, tongues and everything. Oh, it's awful. I don't want to see that on certain programmes. And I thought it was done very, very tastefully last night. And excellent. Congratulations to all the girls that were on that. Really, really good. Impressed. I think they were wearing, well, they weren't wearing a costume. There was one bit where they had this like, I don't know what it is. It's probably called body paint or something like that. And they painted themselves all over. And that was like a top. So you didn't need a top on because they painted themselves. I think that was part of it as well. But very, very good indeed. Very good. Well done to the girls doing the breast cancer thing on the telly last night. Good morning to Carissa. That's a lovely name, Carissa. Wow, that's a great... Carissa, I think that's how you say it, who is in Australia this morning. Very good morning to you. Alrighty, what's the time? 10:30. Okay, let's do today's... But we're going to do yesterday's birthdays as well today. Okay. I've decided to shorten the show a little bit by about 15 minutes because quite frankly I'm struggling to get... I was so late doing everything yesterday, so we're going to probably do about 45 minutes now in future. I just saw a text come in there from Glenda who's going to send me some pictures. We had a mummy squirrel and her baby visit our backyard yesterday. It was the cutest thing ever. Oh, little squirrels. Oh, you don't want them to get in your loft though, Glenda. I had squirrels in the loft once. That's a nightmare, dear. Babies or not, get them out. Get them out. Thank you, Glenda. My email address, chris@chrisreardon.co.uk if you want to use that, all right? Happy birthday on this, what is it, Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday. Good morning to Joanna. Just joining us there. Sorry, Joanna. Let's just go back to the other platforms there. Joanna's in the house on YouTube. Morning, Joanna. Info Dude. The Phantom is in the house. Good morning, Phantom. Thomas says, I quit watching TV because of that kind of stuff. Yeah, we don't need to see it, do we? We really don't, Thomas. You know, nakedness all the time. You know, if I want to watch that, I'll put on Porno Tube or whatever it's called. Something like that. I don't need to see it on normal telly. I want to be entertained, not shocked by full frontal nudity and all that stuff on the telly. I just don't want to see it on the telly. Right, Wednesday the 8th of May 2019. Happy birthday today to Scott Silver. Good morning, Scott. 58 years old today. Morning, Scott. Wayne Coleman's birthday today. Good morning, Wayne. Happy birthday to you. Matt Novis. Good morning, Matt. Lovely picture there of you two. Happy birthday. Dave Smith's birthday today is a radio man. Good morning, Dave. We've got John Brocks. Good morning, John. Happy birthday to John. And Robert Caliph, 49 today. Where's that time going, Robert? I know, Robert. A big happy birthday to you, sir. I'll do yesterday's birthdays as well today, okay, because we didn't get round to yesterday's birthdays. We got a disconnection yesterday for some reason. So happy birthday for yesterday. So that's Tuesday the 7th of May to Richard Harvey, a young Then Go to Planes. Can you hear that? That's the RAF boys practicing. It's an RAF place down there. You often hear those while I'm doing the show. Richard Harvey, 53 years old on Tuesday. Julie Angelina. Good morning, Julie. Happy birthday to you. Phyllis Wolf, her birthday yesterday. Good morning, Phyllis. Michael Powell was 69 yesterday. Rob Parton. Morning, Rob. 35 yesterday. Ian Newbury. Good morning, Ian. Long time no see. Happy birthday to you. Isaac Oko. Good morning, Isaac. A very, very good friend of mine. A great singer and a lovely, lovely man. Good morning, Isaac. Happy birthday to you for yesterday. Denise Martin's birthday yesterday. We had a lot yesterday. Hayley Velvet Charles, 29 yesterday. Lucan Danielle was 41 yesterday. Marie Demont Curfew. That's a great name, isn't it? 49 yesterday. I hope I've said that all right. Lance Bostic, nothing to do with the glue, was 37 yesterday. And the lovely Jade. Good morning, Jade. Jade Simone Ady, who used to come along when I DJ'd at Heaven all those years ago. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right? Happy birthday to you all there, boys and girls. A couple of last messages. Thomas is amused about the nakedness. Me too, Thomas. I might do a naked show one day myself here, if you want me to. Which is doubtful, isn't it? Adrian says, how could you be horrible to squirrels? What have they done to you? Or are they competition for you because they are cute? Listen, Adrian, there must be something wrong with your eyes, dear. Nothing in this world is as cute as me. And that is a fact. That is an absolute... Nothing is as cute as me. Thank you very much. And finally, Joe Ava, just in time for the birthdays, earplugs time. How rude. Thanks very much. That's it for the show today, boys and girls. I'm off, actually. I'm going out now. Let me see if they've... Oh, they have. Yeah, I'm going out to meet someone who's got a keyboard for sale. Now, I've got a piano at my house, but I don't have a keyboard here. And I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a keyboard. So I went on the Facebook, the Facebook eBay type thing. What's that called? Facebook calendar? No. Facebook Marketplace. I went on the Facebook Marketplace thing, and I've been looking on there for a few weeks. And a keyboard has come up for sale, which is just down the road here, about 20 minutes drive from here, for 20 quid. And it looks all right, so I'm going to have a look at that today between 12 and 3 o'clock. So that's what I'll be doing today, and I shall have a nice little keyboard so I can practice my hymns and things and that before I go on to play on some Sundays at the local church in Bracknell. So I'm looking for, or Wokingham. So I'm looking forward to having a little go at the keyboard. 20 quid. These things cost upwards of £100, so no need to buy new. Never required to buy new really, unless you want the top thing, and you don't need anything new like that, especially for a caravan. You don't want to spend a lot of money to buy expensive things to put in a caravan when you're not here all the time. You know what I mean? Cheap and cheerful, that's the meaning. Thank you, Thomas. He says, interesting show. Thank you very much, Thomas. You're very kind to say so. Have a lovely Wednesday, boys and girls, and hopefully I'll see you again at some time tomorrow. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio now.